As we light this unity candle that will burn for the next 24 hours during our silent prayer vigil, we invite those of you watching to also light a candle to create sacred space and imbue your space with reverence and prayer and meditation.
With every breath, we allow ourselves to relax the body and calm the mind as we release all earthly concerns and go deeper. We immerse ourselves in the silent stillness of our open heart space. We embrace our oneness with Spirit, and as we do so, we bring the whole world with us into sacred space. We welcome the spiritual metamorphosis that reveals our universal identity as the sacred expression of the one power and presence. We set the prayer intention to be the expression of divine love and grace here and now. Even though we may encounter thoughts and feelings of fear and worry as we behold outer appearances of lack, limitation, and tribulation, including racism and the pandemic, we remember that the world of form has no power over the limitless spiritual beings that we are. We choose instead to entrust every seeming circumstance and condition to its perfect resolution by the sacred source of our being and our blessings. And we declare that our highest good is guaranteed. We stand in unconditional faith and gratitude, knowing that the divine within us is greater than all that which appears in the outer world, and all is well. Amen.
Welcome, everyone, to this opening ceremony of our World Day of Prayer. Our prayers matter, and they matter more even now as we face the many challenges and transitions that is occurring in our country and in the world. The power of prayer is being magnified during the next 24 hours as unity churches all over the world are uniting and joining and coming together in this prayer time called Unity World Day of Prayer, 24-hour silent prayer vigil. Feel this unified oneness and interconnectedness as we put aside fear, resentments, and judgment, and instead we focus so fully on the unending and unconditional love of God. Our prayer practice actually provides an antidote to fear and deepens us in peace and creates a confidence within our hearts. We can actually pray our way to a faith-filled life. Each of us can make a difference. Hope begins in the darkness, and all it takes is just one light to dispel the darkness. So imagine a whole world of individuals praying and heightening God's good and healing the world. The pandemic and racism has awakened moments of compassion and kindness. We've all seen examples of people singing on balconies, applauding the healthcare workers, communities coming together to provide food and support, and we've even seen signs and messages of faith and hope. We are all in this together. Being in community is no longer negotiable. During these times, we cannot do it alone. But through the collective prayer process and faith, we know all things are possible through the divine. The theme for this World Day of Prayer is shifting the pandemic and racism from fear to faith. In this opening ceremony, we'll focus on those three areas: the pandemic, racism, and moving from fear to faith. Open your hearts and contemplate and feel the inspiration of this opening ceremony as you prepare for prayer for the next 24 hours. This is a time to draw on the divine presence and the divine power to realize our limitless possibilities in our life. This is the time to be spiritual warriors through our prayers and through our faith. Your light and your prayers are needed to shift the world from fear to faith. The next 24 hours is an opportunity to join the collective prayer consciousness and to elevate the consciousness of all of mankind. With hearts full of gratitude, we say thank you for sharing your light, your faith, and your prayers.
Martin Luther King spoke the following quotes. As my suffering mounted, I soon realized that there were two ways in which I could respond to my situation: either to react with bitterness or seek to transform the suffering into a creative force. I decided to follow the latter course. And he also said, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Hatred paralyzes life. Love releases it. Hatred confuses life. Love harmonizes it. Hatred darkens life. Love illuminates it. I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. In the midst of outer dangers, I have felt an inner calm and known resources of strength that only God could give. In many instances, I have felt the power of God's transforming the fatigue of despair into the buoyancy of hope. Now let's go within and reflect on these questions. What gives me hope? How can I transform my suffering into a creative force?
Please repeat with me the affirmation showing on the screen. God is a love that has no end and a power that knows no bounds.
Elizabeth Edwards said, and I'm going to quote, "Resilience is about accepting our new reality, even if it is less good than the one you had before. You can fight it. You can do nothing but scream what you have lost. Or you can accept that and try to put together something that is good." End of quote. The pandemic is magnifying everything in our lives. Complacency is no longer an option. The pandemic is a golden portal and an invitation to live in a time of the highest possibilities. It may even be a time of grace and miracles. It is a time of patience and adaptability, a time of our collective vulnerability, and a time to recognize our interconnectedness.
Let us go within and reflect on this question. What is my golden portal? What am I being called to be and do? Please repeat with me the affirmation showing on the screen. We graciously accept all that cannot be changed, knowing that there are blessings in every circumstance and in every challenge.
Big changes may bring big fears. Let's look with kindness and compassion and our fears and our worries and focus on the divine light. Our fears are a call to harness the power of faith. As we go within and deepen into faith, we build spiritual muscles and spiritual stamina. Just as sickness creates antibodies for healing, so we can build spiritual antibodies by trusting the universal goodness is working in and through us, like a vaccine. By faith, we dare to see what our human eyes cannot see or our human brain cannot imagine. That's the invisible realm of spirit and of infinite possibilities. We see life through our spiritual eyes, trusting our divine identity is our truest reality. Myrtle Fillmore said, "Keep your spiritual eye of faith single to the fundamental truth that spirit is the light of your life." As we grow in faith, we enhance our ability to trust our inner wisdom. Let's go within and reflect on this question. Can fear be misplaced faith, nudging me to shift my focus to faith? Please repeat with me the affirmation shown on the screen. Standing in truth, I shift my thoughts and actions from fear to faith.
We have been blessed by your generous support during this unusual time. To make a donation, see the instructions at the bottom of the screen. Let us bless our gifts now by joining me in saying, "Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive."
There's a place that I know where the sycamores grow and the daffodils have their fun, where the cares of the day seem to slowly fade away, and the glow of the evening sun. Peace when the day is done. If I go let my mind meditate on everything to be done. So I search deep inside, let my conscience be my guide, and the answers are sure to come. No need to worry, none. When we find peace of mind, leave our worries behind. We know that it can be done. With a new point of view, life's true meaning comes to you, and the freedom we seek is won. Peace when the day is done. Peace is for everyone.
Now is the time, a poem by Hafiz. Now is the time to know that all that you do is sacred. Now, why not consider a lasting truce with yourself and God? Now is the time to understand that all your ideas of right and wrong were just a child's training wheels, to be laid aside when you can finally live with veracity and love. Hafiz is a divine envoy whom the Blessed has written a holy message upon. My dear, please tell me, why do you still throw sticks at your heart and God? What is it in that sweet voice inside that incites you to fear? Now is the time for the world to know that every thought and action is sacred. This is the time for you to deeply compute the impossibility that there is anything but grace. Now is the season to know that everything that you do is sacred. At the end of the meditation, we will be ringing the bell for 8 times, signifying the beginning of our 24-hour silent prayer ritual that will go on until tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. So the next 24 hours is an opportunity to be heart warriors and to deepen into faith and to more fully connect with the divine. Remember, your light is a blessing to the world. Your prayers matter.
Please join me in a time of meditation. And close your eyes and just take a deep, slow breath. And relax your face and your neck. And just consider how the feeling of this relaxation, and perhaps we were holding tension that we might not even been aware of. So the events in this world today, might there be a weight on our heart that we can't identify or aren't even aware is there. And so as we center ourselves in this moment, we sink below our worries, the future, and our actions of others. And we follow the whisper of our breath to that place inside where our eyes cannot see and our minds cannot imagine. We follow our hearts. We hold in our hearts those who are affected by these recent events. And we feel what we don't have words to describe. We feel you. We're here for you. You are not alone. I love you. It's this place, down deep, where we are connected, and we allow this to flow. We feel you. We're here with you. You are not alone. I love you. Just as our life's journey has many ups and downs, some happy and some sad, perhaps mankind as a whole is on a journey. And we are all in this together. We may have different roles, but we are making our way through the mystery of this divinely guided journey in oneness. Instead of feeling powerless during this time of fear, perhaps we are right where we are meant to be. We are the invisible realm of spirit. We fortify the spiritual wholeness of all. I will never leave you. In unity, we confidently proceed through the golden portal in the light of faith.